Hey everyone. I wanted to do this video last night, but I was just way too tired. I might be doing my videos for a little while in the daytime until I can get a schedule going. I don't know how to do that, and I don't know when I can put the schedule up for my videos. I know a lot of YouTubers do that, but it's like really hard when you start out. I mean, not like terribly hard, but y'all know what I mean. But without further ado, let's continue our Savannah tour. The Owens Thomas House of Olin Forbes Square is a microcosm of history and core values of Savannah. From the English-inspired architecture to hosting a family of slave traders, nowhere else can you get a better picture of the two realities of wealth and slavery which collided in the Deep South. The beautiful architecture and ornate furnishings contrast sharply with the discreet and cramped slave quarters, which once held up to 15 people. And staying true to the spirit of Savannah, the house is home to more goats per square foot than anywhere else in the city. Several specters inhabit the home, and supernatural experiences are common. Staff and guests have seen phantom smoking cigarettes, objects moving on their own. And some even claim that the people in the home's many paintings watch them as they walk by. Scooby-Doo much? The original Scooby-Doo. From the 1960s, I think it was. The ghost of a strange man standing in the parlor is also known to watch the guests come and go until vanishing into the wall. Another spirit is known to trash the dining room overnight, overturning chairs and leaving the silverware and tablecloths in disarray. The ghost of Margaret Thomas, the last known owner of the house, is often seen walking around the garden, tending to her plants just as she did in life. Though the rest of the house is undeniably haunted, the former slave quarters is unusually quiet. It may be because of the ceiling is painted in the color known as haint blue, which is meant to ward off evil spirits by mimicking the look of running water. Despite being the part of the house where the worst atrocities were committed, the slave quarters remain unusually peaceful as well. Construction on the Owens Thomas House began in 1816. William Hay was the architect and was the mind behind other historical buildings in Savannah, like the Savannah Theater and the Telfair Mansion. When the groundbreaking on the house began, William was still in England and went and sent the building blueprints to the local workers before his arrival. The home was designed to mimic the typical architecture of England town of Beth Williams's hometown. Upon completion of the house in 1918, it was acquired by banker and cotton salesman Richard Richardson, who had familiar ties with William Zay. Richard moved into the home with his wife and 6 children and 9 slaves. Not long after, the Richardson family was struck with tragedy, with the death of Richard's wife and 2 of his children. The Great Savannah Fire of 1820 then swept through the city, destroying over 400 homes and buildings and the city's economy. Richard, who had also made an investment in the building of the SS Savannah, was failed to generate revenue. He lost most of his fortune and the house as his failed endeavor, and the state of the city cost him his livelihood. The house was repossessed by Richard creditors and fell into the hands of Mary Maxwell, who used it as a boarding house. Over the course of the 8 years, numerous guests came and went, the most famous being Marquis de Lafayette, a French aristocrat and military officer who fought in the Revolutionary War. During Lafayette's tour of the United States, he stayed in the Owen Thomas house while in Savannah. He addressed the citizens of Savannah from the second floor balcony, delivering an inspiring speech to his fans. George Welchman Owens bought the house in 1830 for $10,000. Owens studied law in Cambridge and opened a practice in Savannah. He served as the city's mayor and was elected as a representative for the state of Georgia. After completing his second term, he went back practicing law in Savannah until he died in 1856. The Owens house was then passed down to Margaret Thomas, Owens' granddaughter. Margaret lived in the house until she died in 1951. Knowing that she had no children or loved ones to pass the house to, she willed the house to the Tafier Academy of Arts and Sciences to be used as a museum. The Owens Thomas House Museum and Slave Quarters opened to the public in 1954. The oldest intact urban slave quarters in the country are located in the Carrier's house of the Owens Thomas House. The two-story structure had 3 rooms on each level. Despite being part of the house where most atrocities were committed, it remains unhaunted by spirits. This is due to the hint blue paint on the ceiling, which meant to ward off evil spirits. A common belief is that spirits cannot cross over water. So the hint blue paint was meant to mimic water and kept ghosts away from the buildings. Maybe I should paint my ceiling that color. Maybe. The practice can be seen in several buildings around the Deep South. Both Richardson and Owens kept slaves. Richardson brought his 9 slaves into the house during his short tenure. Owens brought 15 slaves into the house, half of whom were children. Owens also kept nearly 400 men, women, and children on his plantation. After the Civil War, the slave quarters became the servants' quarters, though it was inhabited by the same people. Life for the servants changed little after annihilation. The Owens Thomas House is one of the most active haunted houses in Savannah. Several ghosts live on the property, and residents have often experienced strange paranormal activity. Many report hearing of phantom footsteps, seeing objects move on their own, and having the strange feeling that they're being watched through many paintings around the house. Cold spots and shadow people are common experiences as well. Many tourists claim to have captured images of ghosts in pictures and videos. Now, let me tell you this: when I was in Gettysburg last year, I know we're not talking about Gettysburg, but I believe I have captured many spirits in a lot of pictures. I know a lot of it can be nature and the way the sun is reflecting off stuff and lights and whatnot. But Gettysburg, as if you watched my Gettysburg videos, is probably one of the most haunted towns in America. The ghost of Margaret Thomas is known as the Lady in Grey due to her gray outfit. She's usually seen wearing a large hat and gray shawl. Museum staff say she's usually spotted at night. She seems to like strolling around the garden, which is where she spent most of her time. They say her deathbed is still in the house, which is why her spirit seems to linger. One of the more spooky ghosts is that the disbehaved man from the 1830s. He usually hangs out in the parlor, awkwardly watching guests come and go. He doesn't seem to move until he decides to walk away and vanish through one of the side walls. Supposedly the wall he vanishes through was once an entrance to the guest room. The ghost of the phantom smoker is usually seen during the late night hours. He tends to light a cigarette and take a puff and then disappear. On one occasion, a tour guide heard the strike of a match right behind her, then smelled the scent of burning tobacco. Then she turned around, there was nothing there. Members of her tour claim to have seen the flame from a match and and a single puff of smoke appears right behind her. An unexpectedly butcher spirit inhabits the dining room. The museum staff are charged with rearranging and organizing the dining room table every night before closing. But sometimes the staff will find that someone or something trashed the dining room overnight. Whereas the dining room area is left nice and neat when the staff leave for the night, they sometimes come in the morning and find chairs pulled out and overturned, the silverware scattered across the table, and tablecloths pulled in every direction. They described it as if someone had a large meal and didn't clean up after themselves. Except there was never excuse me, never any food residue because, well, as as far as we don't know, spirits don't eat. Jim Williams, the famous Savannah persecutionist, and the man who murdered his lover, Mercer, in the Mercer house, had a few paranormal encounters in the Owen Thomas house. His two friends rented a room from the second floor for some time in the 1960s. And the three were having a drink in front of the room of the house. A strange man wearing a riding coat suddenly appeared in the back of the room. He seemed to he seemed frustrated, as if he was waiting on something. He walked through the couch and passed right in front of Williams. He passed close enough for Williams to see sweat on the ghost's forehead. Then he disappeared. A week later, Williams' friend encountered the spirit once again, prompting him to leave the house and rent a room elsewhere. Strangely enough, no one has encountered the man in a riding coat. Savannah, a very haunted, well-known area for paranormal enthusiasts and ghost hunters, and for the curious as well. If you're not, and history buffs, I would love to go to Savannah. I have a feeling we might this summer, but because of where I live, it might be difficult to go to. Then again, I can always go with a plane. Oh no, planes are really creepy right now. Anyway, thank you for watching my channel and videos. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. As always, I am Haunting Girl, and I'll speak to you later. And this is my channel. Until next time, pleasant dreams.